US. The visas that exist would be the US O1 visa, the US EB-1, US EB-2, particularly the national interest waiver. And we will be talking about the different pathways that the US has made available to enable talent to move to their jurisdiction. We always say on the Emigrate platform that there's always room for talent. And so, although the immigration landscape may seem to be shrinking in this day and age, there is always room for talent. And we're saying that you are one of those possible talents. You are one of those talents that the likes of the US, UK, Canada, France, and quite a number of forward-thinking economies from all over the world want you to be in their jurisdiction. They want you to move to their economy, and they want you to continue adding value in whatever craft in terms of your knowledge area, your skill area, and your areas of expertise. There's room for you in this jurisdiction. And if you're already in this jurisdiction looking for alternative visa pathways, you would also find options in terms of for settlement using this pathway. Our session today is going to be about over 1.5 hours, and we will be packing it with a lot of inspiration, a lot of information, a lot of education, helping you understand what they are looking for, helping you understand what has changed in the landscape as at today, and helping you understand what you can do if you're already qualified, what you can do to apply successfully over a period of time. And if you're not yet qualified, this session is also for you because you would also be finding out what you can do now so that it will optimize your chances of qualifying over a period of time. Our coach for today is already in the room. Aside from Emigrate AI, in terms of our AI that is trained for talent mobility, relocation, and settlement, we also have human experts on our platform who are able to guide you through the journey. For now, on the Emigrate platform, we use a combination of human expert coaches and AI assistants and AI agents to help optimize your chances of successfully relocating, integrating, and settling in these different jurisdictions. Emigrate is your tech-enabled platform to relocation and settlement. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those joining us live on this session, could you drop in the chat where you are joining from? Introduce yourself. It's a networking session at the end of the day. You could meet your future co-founder, your future employee or future employer, future partners in the ecosystem right here in this session. And so you can introduce yourself in the chat. You can drop your LinkedIn profile. You can drop a few nuggets about what you are building and so on in the chat. And I'm sure that other people will be watching and others would also be introducing themselves. Tell us where you are joining from. Tell us what you are hoping to take away from this session today. And we look forward to you benefiting significantly from the Emigrate platform. If you are watching the replay video, you can do the same in the comments. You can ask questions in the comments, and the community managers will make sure that they get your question to the coaches and get an answer back to you as soon as possible. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, we are focused on navigating the new US global talent visa landscape. We are focusing on what has changed with the Trump economy, what has changed in terms of these platforms, what has changed in terms of these visa pathways. The requirements have not changed, but certainly we are seeing some shifting in the landscape. And our coach today will be sharing a lot of details on some of these changes. We'll be sharing a lot of details about what you can do in 2025 and beyond for you to optimize your chances of landing some of these esteemed visa opportunities. These are opportunities for individuals with extraordinary ability. But sometimes when you hear that word, individuals with extraordinary ability, global talent, a lot of times many people discount themselves to say, oh, it's not me they are talking about. We are talking about you. We are talking about you because we believe that even if you are not yet qualified, you can build yourself, build your journey towards qualifying over a period of time. And this is part of what we do on the Emigrate Tech Visa platform. We are focused on tech routes on this platform at the moment. We're working very hard to bring other industry vertical, other visa routes onto the platform. But for now, we are focused on the tech route. And so, as I said earlier, please drop in the chat where you're joining from. Drop in the chat what you hope to gain from this session today. Drop in the chat a self-introduction. Drop in the chat just what you're hoping to see from today's session of the Emigrate Open Day. For today's open day, we will start by just introducing Emigrate. We'll take a bit of time to just help you understand this platform that you're coming on and this platform that hopefully you've downloaded the app already. This platform that you're on, what is it? What do we stand for? Why are we existing? Why do we believe that we can become a unicorn doing what it is that we do, helping talents become globally attractive? Then we'll come into the crust of today's matter, focusing and zooming into the US and zooming into the EB-1, EB-2, and O1 visa. Our coach, expert coach, human expert coach, is already on the call, who is going to be sharing a lot of light. And we are asking that you plan to ask as many questions as possible. Share your questions in the chat. You may forget your question as it goes along because he's going to be sharing a lot packed into the short time he has available. I will be sharing a lot. And so drop your questions in the chat. We'll pick up as many of those questions as possible. We will also be giving a gift to everyone that stays on this session till the end. Or if you watch this replay video till the end, we have a gift for you. So we are encouraging you to ensure that you stay till the end of today's session because we do have a gift for you. Everything we do on the Emigrate platform on the free side, we do through the Emigrate Tech Visa app. And so if you do not yet have the app, you are missing out on a lot. And that's where you want to start from. Get the app from the App Store, the Google Play Store. We also have web interface for the platform, and you can use that to start getting benefits, including some of our free do-it-yourself resources for these various US routes. And so that's what we are planned for this session today. And I will just start with our very first aspect, which is just introducing Emigrate. Emigrate does not only focus on the US route. We actually focus on various routes from different countries: the US, the UK, Canada, France, Australia, Germany, name it. Many forward-thinking countries of the world have made talent-based visas available. And that's what we currently focus on the Emigrate platform, helping you navigate this journey, but not just for applying for the visa. We start from the journey of you being qualified for the visa to the point of you getting endorsed for this visa, to the point of you relocating successfully with this visa, to integrating with these visas, to settling, becoming a permanent resident, or becoming a citizen within the shortest possible time, and also reverse migration, what they call reverse migration, which is really just migration yet again, and moving to a third country, or maybe moving back home to your home country after a while. We help manage this entire journey on the Emigrate platform. We've done many open days in the past, and many of the replay videos are available for you on the Emigrate Tech Visa platform. You will find these replay videos absolutely useful for your journey. Many of our coaches, many of the experts have shared their information, their ideas. Many of our successes have come on these sessions too, to share what they did to qualify for the different visa pathways for the US, from the UK, and so on. Many of them have shared how Emigrate supported them. Many of them have shared how you can take advantage of these opportunities that are available today. And you'll find many of these replay videos on the platform, and that's where you may want to start from in terms of figuring out your way. If you're in the UK or looking at the UK as an option, we have this premium package that is still open at the moment. It's called the Settle in the UK as a Tech Talent. And this is an option available if you're an absolute beginner or an expert in the room. It's an option available to you. This is an option that enables you to move to the UK with your spouse and dependents. And you could also use this as an option for switching visas or as a pathway towards settlement if you are looking for options for settlement already in the UK. You require time and equity investment to be able to use this pathway. You will need a minimum of 3 to 6 months to be able to use this pathway, and you will need investment budget to be able to use this pathway. This pathway will target your profile to 3 visas at the same time with an immigrant guarantee of being able to land at least one of them over a period of time. There's a lot of details on it. There's a lot of details on this pathway in the Emigrate app. If you're an absolute beginner, you're welcome. If you're an expert already, you are also welcome. If you have startup experience, whether as a founder or as an employee, your pathway would even be shorter on this particular route, and you may want to look at these as an option. Also, for the UK, please take note that we did share a number of changes that has happened with the UK Global Talent Visa as at August 2025. We've shared that on the Emigrate platform. Take a look at the app. You will find many changes that has happened around the UK Global Talent Visa. We've shared a lot of insights on it, and we'll share more insights about these changes on the Emigrate platform. And so if you haven't seen it already, if you haven't been paying attention, if you haven't used the app, go get the app and get all of these updates on the Emigrate Tech Visa platform. But what is Emigrate? Emigrate, what we do is to help you become globally attractive. And yes, I know that many of us came into the room because we are interested in one visa pathway or the other. Today, we are focused on the US Global Talent Pathways, which are the EB-1s, the EB-2, even the O1 visa. That's what we are focused on today. But really, what Emigrate does is to go beyond the visa, to say that if you are globally attractive, you have options. And the option that you have, one of them are some of these visas that are available because you are globally attractive. And so we believe that if our aim is to be globally attractive, you naturally have options. You have options of working within your home economy and staying there and contributing globally, or working in global areas and in different parts of the world, but working from your local economy. But if you so choose, you could also decide that, oh, you want to move with your family, with your dependent to a different jurisdiction, and you have those options. And even if you want to move back to your own country in the future, you have those options too, because you are a globally attractive talent. And that's what Emigrate focuses on, helping you become that globally attractive talent that has these options. And we do that in 2 ways. It could be your individual profile as a talent, or it could be your tech-enabled business. Any one of them that you're looking at, if you're a startup founder and you're looking at your startup becoming your visa and maybe also your ticket to move to a new jurisdiction, Emigrate can help you. Or if you're a tech professional, if you're an expert and you're looking at Emigrate helping you, we can help. And even if you've not started your journey in tech at all as of today, absolute beginner, done nothing in tech, just interested, we could help you as well on the Emigrate Tech Visa platform. Where you want to start from is to download the app, get in touch, get the resources. A lot of it are available for you free of charge. And Emigrate services cover information sessions, general inquiry, coaching and handholding, directing you through the entire journey of being globally attractive. And it gets better because most of what Emigrate does on the platform is actually at no cost to you. Yes, you heard it right. It is free. And it is free because we run a freemium model. Freemium is a combination of free and premium, where we do a lot for free, but then if you need a little bit more support, you can get it using some of our premium options on the platform. On the free side, the Tech Visa, Emigrate Tech Visa app is where you need to start. We have information and inspiration sessions. We have open days. We have visa-specific office hours. We have pre-evaluation and self-assessment for all kinds of visa pathway. We are focused on the US pathway today, and we have pre-evaluation self-assessment available for the US pathways we are talking about today on the platform. And we have do-it-yourself resources. We have short inquiry sessions and short coaching sessions that you can book, all free of charge. But if you want a little bit more, you can get access by a subscription or by buying a package on the Emigrate Tech Visa platform. And that gives you access to personalized coaching, standard package, the premium offering, and so on. We have 4 key ways in which we help people on the platform. The first is you could opt for the free option, or you could opt for the do-it-yourself DIY with a subscription. So if you just need a little bit of support with DIY, that is available. Or you could opt for a do-it-with-me option, or you could opt for a do-it-for-me option on the platform. When we say do-it-for-me, we do not mean that you will not do anything at all. Your profile, you are still the talent. What we're saying is that the logistics, the hand-holding, the technical writing, and many of the supporting things that you would need as a busy professional, all of that will be done for you. We have many packages across different countries, from move to the UK as a global talent, to move to the UK as an innovator founder, focused on the UK innovator founder, to move to the US as a global talent, focused on the O1 and EB-2 NIW, to the move to Canada as a startup founder, and several other options. I talked briefly about our Settle in the UK as a tech talent package that comes with the Emigrate triple guarantee, because we are focusing your profile on 3 different visas at the same time, with a guarantee of landing one of those pathways. Also, we have the self-start option, which is the UK self-sponsorship option, and several other packages along this line. And so there are many options available for you on the Emigrate Tech Visa platform. It's up to you to determine, to say, of these 4 options, what is the one that is best suited for me? Is it the free? And these are no strings attached. They are free, and free indeed. No strings attached. Very helpful. You'll find many testimonials of many people that have used all of these options, and they have gotten fantastic results, starting with the free, to the do-it-yourself with a subscription, the Emigrate Circle subscription, to the do-it-with-me, or to the do-it-for-me. You'll find what each one of these entail. And if you're interested in any one of them, what you want to do is to start by getting the app or sending us a WhatsApp message, and we'll be able to let you know what your next step will be. If you let us know which you are most interested in, we will be able to point you in the right direction. We'll be able to tell you what the next thing for you to do will be. And if you need help, just let us know. Our team will be able to follow up with you as needed. And that's just a quick introduction about Emigrate. We will come back to share a few more things around the resources on the platform and so on in a little while. But we are going to now go into the session focusing on the US route. We're going to go into the session looking at navigating the US global talent visa landscape. There is no visa called US global talent visa. The visa pathways that we are focusing on are the US O1 visa, the US EB-1 visa, US EB-2 visa, and quite a number of talent-based visas that are available in the US. These are visas available for individuals with extraordinary ability. On the Emigrate platform, we work with a combination of human expert coaches, and our coach today, Chidi, is already in the room. He will be on video in a moment, and he's going to be taking over from me in a moment. And we also use AI to support the work that these coaches are doing. We use AI to leverage and accelerate their impact. And so our coaches could possibly help maybe tens, hundreds of people per year without using a platform such as Emigrate, but using the Emigrate platform, leveraging the AI assistants and the AI agents available on the platform, we're able to scale their impact into the thousands and maybe even soon tens of thousands of individuals that are supported, helped on the platform. And so we're really excited about what we are building. We ask you to take a look at it, take advantage of it as we proceed with you getting inspired, getting informed, getting educated, about these US global talent routes. If you have questions during today's session, please drop them in the chat. You would not be able to come on stage to ask your question during this session. We do have premium group coaching sessions. These are not recorded, where you can come on stage, you can share your screen, share your document, and have a one-to-one interaction in a controlled environment with the coach. But this is an open session. It's being recorded on YouTube. We're live streaming, and the replay video will be available later on. You can ask questions in the chat. We'll pick up as many of these questions as possible. We do have some questions from the community already. We would have a fantastic discussion around these routes. And so welcome once again. And Chidi, you're welcome. I'll be handing the floor over to you now to share with the community some of the things that you're seeing as regards the US global talent route. Welcome again, everyone. And don't forget, if you wait till the end of today's session, we do have a gift for you. And so we ask that you do listen and wait till the end of the session. Also, if you haven't done so, please message your friends, message your community that this is going on right now. Let them know. They could find it useful, and they may find it useful to be here live, so they can ask questions live. Over to you, Chidi. You're on mute, Chidi. You're on mute. Okay, one moment, Chidi. I'll get you. Yeah, you should be able to unmute now, Chidi. And we'll make you co-host, so that won't be an issue anymore.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are joining us. My name is Chidi Ochem. I'm a friend to Emigrate. I'm also a friend to my Yankee travels. So my job here is simple. I'm here to just share information. We're an information age, and the amount of information you have at your disposal determine how you will go in this 21st century, especially in the AI world we find ourselves. So once again, welcome to this platform. The information I'm going to share today is general information. It now depends on what you do with those information. Okay. So once again, my name is Chidi, a friend to Emigrate, a friend to my Yankee travel. Now let's start with the key 3 visa routes to the US as discussed by Mr. Bade. One of them is the O1 visa. The second one is the NIW EB-2. NIW simply mean National Interest Waiver, and EB-2 simply mean Employment-Based Second Preference Visa. Then we have the EB-1A, EB-1B, and EB-1C. The EB-1A is those who have extraordinary ability. Take, for example, you're an individual that you won like a Nobel laureate. You represented your country. Take, for example, you're like Messi from Argentina, who have won Ballon, the best player in the world. And so with that singular award, that qualifies him for the EB-1A extraordinary ability. But if you're not in those categories, you don't have like a one-time achievement, there are 10 criteria. Out of those 10 for the EB-1A, you are expected to just meet 3. However, I'll advise meeting 3 is not the best, because if USCIS has an issue with one of those, it automatically disqualifies you. So I usually advise, if you want to go that route, make sure you meet at least minimum of 5 out of the 10 criteria. Then that places you in a very good position, so that if they have issue with 1 or 2, you still have 3 good criteria to fall back on. Then we have the EB-1B. If you are currently working for a US company in your own country, take for example, you live in Nigeria and you work for Microsoft. Let's assume you are the like managerial level, and the Microsoft wants to transfer you to the US. Now, once you come to the US, you do the EB-1B route, but the company will file for you. Then you get your green card. Then the EB-1C if you're a researcher and you get an offer from a university in the US or an NGO, you come to the US, through those organizations, they will need to file for you as well for you to get your green card. That's the EB-1C. But the EB-1A, the beauty of EB-1A, it doesn't require employer. You don't need anybody to petition on your behalf. It is self-petitioning. So you do it yourself, and you can do it from anywhere in the world, whether in the US or outside of the US, as long as you meet the criteria. And the USCIS will evaluate your case based on your level of achievement that you have submitted. Okay, so let me start with the O1 visa. The O1 visa is for entrepreneurs, startup tech, and fashion, those in the fashion industry. Can you hear me? Okay, those in the fashion industry.
Loud and clear. Loud and clear, Chidi. You've gone off video though, but we can still hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're back on video now.
Okay, so for the O1 visa is for entrepreneur, fashion designer, startup tech guys. Now, the US are looking for individuals who can contribute to the US economy. So if you have developed a skill, a talent, a gift that you're bringing value to the United States, irrespective of the current administration, I want to announce to you that US are looking for people who are bringing value to the US economy. The immigration policy is for those who are not adding value to the US economy. But as long as you develop talent and you're bringing value to the US economy, you're welcome in the United States. How do you go about it? Take, for example, you are into tech and you have an idea that can create jobs in the US market. Or you've started your business in your home country and you want to expand to the US market. All you need to do, if you can find a partner, because for O1, you need a sponsor, but not like an employer. Rather, you can have like a partner, somebody who's in the US that you could partner with. That'll give you some level of leverage for them to file on your behalf. However, they're not really filing on your behalf, but because you have some level of partnership with the organization, they must act as like an agent on your behalf. So you're coming to the US to start up that company. You've identified the area, your talent, your skill, your business idea could help solve problem in the US. Take, for example, you are a startup into the tech industry with respect to agriculture, and you develop like an app that could make agricultural produce very easy, when to farm, when to apply organic fertilizer, you've timing, and you're bringing that to the US economy. The US will look at the problem you're solving and they will give you that visa to come to the US to implement those business ideas. However, the O1 visa does not guarantee you green card. It's a dual intent visa, which allows you to work in the US and also travel around the world. But that does not give you a green card. It only allows you to do your business. And also the O1 visa does not grant your relative, your spouse, or your children any benefit aside that they can come with you, but they are not allowed to work. But you, who is the principal applicant, once you get it, you can continue your business in the US. You can do business within and outside of the US, but that does not guarantee you a green card. For green card, we'll now start with the NIW, EB-2, and the EB-1. The NIW EB-2, like I mentioned earlier, simply means National Interest Waiver, Employment-Based Second Preference. What are they looking for? One, it said that you have an advanced degree, like a master's degree, a PhD, with like say 5 years work experience, and you have something you're bringing to the United States, which in the form of proposed endeavor. So you're a startup. What business idea are you bringing to the United States? Or are you a researcher? You found something, let's say you're doing research into AI, and you look at the US market, and you're able to identify needs in the US market that you can profile solution to. That allows you to come to the US, and US will look at that. Take, for example, currently there's a lot of investment in AI, and the current administration is trying to see how AI can be expanded to the high school to incorporate into their curriculum. So let's say, for example, you are an AI guru, and you also have some level of education teaching secondary school, high school student, AI, and all of that. Now, with that, you're an expert in that field. So let's say your proposed endeavor is to teach AI in high school. Automatically, you have a place in the US market. Now, do you have an advanced degree? Yes. Do you have certification with respect to AI? Maybe you've done some Microsoft certification on AI, you've done Cisco, name it. You are well positioned because it's something you've done, it's something you're doing, and something you will continue to do in the United States. So your proposed endeavor is to provide AI education in high school in the United States. That alone gives you an opportunity for your EB-2 to be approved. But it goes beyond that. Do you have the qualification? Do you have like a master's degree or a PhD? Have you done it in the past? Do you have a record of what you've done and the success of those things? Take, for example, you've done it in your home country. You have evidence that you've done it. People who have adopted some of your strategy can give recommendation letter to you and say, yes, you've adopted this. Are there online platform that your work has been published? Those are the supporting evidence to convince the officer that truly you're well positioned to do the same thing in the United States. So the first thing is have an advanced degree. However, if you don't have an advanced degree, but you have a bachelor degree with, say, 10 years work experience, you also qualify. In that category, you will either do the master degree, advanced degree route, or the exceptional ability route for the EB-2 NIW. So we have two routes. One, the advanced degree route, and two, the exceptional ability route. So if you don't have a master degree or a PhD, you go through the exceptional ability route, which is have a bachelor degree with minimum of 10-year work experience. Then proposed endeavor. Then after proposed endeavor, is your proposed endeavor, will it be beneficial to the United States? You must prove that. Secondly, are you positioned or well positioned to achieve the proposed endeavor? And thirdly, is it a national importance to the United States? Once you are able to establish those three things, I can assure you your application will be approved. Now, the NIW EB-2 route is a bit longer because there are backlogs. Currently, we have backlog for China, we have backlog for Indian, we have backlog for the rest of the world. Like for the Indian, it's currently in 2013. For China, I think it's around 2014, 2015, thereabout. But for the rest of the world, it's currently 2023, September 23, 2023. That's like 2 years backlog. So even if you get approved, you cannot come to the US immediately until your priority dates become current for you to apply. What is priority date? Priority date is the day the USCIS accepts your application and issue you a receipt notice. So take, for example, you submit application today. Today is August 6, 2025. Today is your priority day. So when you look at the visa bulletin, every month they bring out the visa bulletin, you can check your priority date and when you can then apply for your green card. If you are within the US, once your date becomes current, you apply. If you're outside of the US, you apply through the US embassy in your home country. And so you go through the consular processes, then they'll issue you a visa stamp to come to the US. Once you're in the US, within a space of 2 weeks to 4 weeks maximum, the green card will be sent to your US address. So that's how the NIW EB-2 work. First, have an advanced degree, a master's degree or a PhD, or you have a bachelor degree with minimum of 10 years work experience. You have a proposed endeavor. Your proposed endeavor, you are well positioned to achieve that proposed endeavor. The proposed endeavor is of national importance to the United States, and also it will benefit the United States. Those are what you need to prove for the NIW EB-2. Then for the EB-1 is extraordinary ability. So I'm going to focus more on the EB-1A because that allows you to self-petition without an employer, right? So the EB-1A is extraordinary ability, whether in science or in art or in business, wherever profession you belong to, that you have extraordinary ability, you are welcome to apply. What do they mean by extraordinary ability? They want to see you among the 5% best of your field. What are these 10 criteria? 1, evidence that you've received a national or internationally recognized award. Take, for example, you live in Ghana and you did a project, let's say you built a software to solve a problem in Ghana, and the Ghanaian government gave you a national award as a result of your innovation. That is a national recognized award, and the US recognizes that. Or you are a student and you represented your school in an international conference, and at the end of the day, you won and you are given an award at that international level. That is it. That's an international recognized award. That also qualifies. Now, there are some academic awards. Take, for example, you are the best graduating student in your school. USCIS does not really recognize such award as a nationally or internationally recognized award. It will not be something you have done it could also be in an organization. Take, for example, Microsoft is a global organization. And probably you develop an app for Microsoft that are currently using, and they gave you an award as a result of your innovation. That's also an internationally recognized award. USCIS accept that. So 1 is your nationally or internationally recognized award. The number 2 is evidence of your membership in a professional organization. Now, it is not every organization that qualifies as membership in a professional organization. Take, for example, sometimes might be ICANN. The fact that you an ICANN member doesn't qualify you for professional membership. Now, what are the criteria they look out for membership? 1, you have been invited or nominated by the organization or by somebody in that organization as a result of your expertise. So take, for example, we have Cisco. Now, somebody from Cisco invites you to come and review or judge the work of their students. That invitation alone to join Cisco is evidence of membership in a professional organization. They want to look at your sources and how you were invited, not a paid membership. No. You've been invited, you've been nominated because of what you've done to join this membership, or you're into research, like a research organization, a journal article, invite you and say, okay, we want you to be member of this journal organization to help us review article for most people coming to publish in our organization. That is by nomination as a result of your extraordinary ability. However, there are also some membership that you pay membership fee, either monthly or annually. Some of them may qualify if your membership is based on your extraordinary ability, not just by paid membership. So you are also qualified. Then the third one is evidence of your publication in a major media. As a result of your extraordinary ability, has there been any media outfit? Okay, I'm originally from Nigeria, so I would say we have Punch, we have This Day, we have Vanguard, we have Tribune. Have you done something that Tribune, Vanguard, Punch, Guardian have come to kind of interview you and they publish something about you? It could be in Nigeria, it could be in Ghana, it could be in the United States, it could be in any country, it could be in the UK, in Canada, that is the media organization of that country have recognized your expertise and have written something about you. Provided you can document that, that also qualify you as evidence that a third-party media has published something about your extraordinary ability. That's number 3. The fourth one is evidence of your publication in a journal article. Are you into research? And have you published your work in recognized journal, not just some journal that you could easily publish? No, they want to look at what are the criteria for you to publish in those journal? What is the process to review your article before it's accepted? Not just you wake up, you go to one journal and you publish. No. They look at some of the journals that are recognized that you've published article, and also what is the quality of your publication. If you have those, especially for those who are in academia, who have done some level of research and have a lot of publication, those publications qualify you for this category. That is the fourth one. The fifth one is evidence of your major contribution in an organization or major media. Have you done something worthy of record that a journal article have kind of reviewed your work and published something about you? Or take, for example, most of these international journal like CNN, Business Day, and all those stuff, write something about you as a result of your work, or your work has been published in those major media. That is another one. That is the fifth one. The sixth one is if you're an artist and your work has been showcased in an exhibition. Take, for example, you draw, you're a curator, you're into ceramic, and you've gone an exhibition and your work was showcased in those exhibitions, you also qualify. All they want to know, was it documented? What is the reputation of the organization that you participated in the exhibition? Is it a national organization? Is it internationally recognized? They want to see the quality of those organizations. The next one is leading a critical role in an organization. So let's say, for example, you are into app development, and First Bank of Nigeria is having issue with their system. Probably they've discovered some level of hackers getting access to their system, and that has helped them to lose some level of revenue. Now, First Bank is looking for an IT expert who could help them design an app or a software that could stop that. And First Bank employs you to do this for them. And you are able to design a software that stops that. That is a leading and a critical role in an organization. So they want to see what was the situation before you came to the organization, what was the problem the organization was going through before you came, what solution did you provide for the organization that helped them to solve the problem, who in the organization can provide a recommendation letter to attest that, yes, we're having this issue, you came on board, you provide solution, and that your solution saved the company ABC millions of dollars. That is a critical role in an organization. However, this is just an example. It could be in the academic. You are a lecturer in the university, and a particular course, students fail this course because the particular lecturer that has been taking it probably do not understand it. Now, there'll be a lot of complaint from from students that this lecturer is not doing justice to this particular course. And you are employed to take that course. And afterwards, students began to pass those subjects. As long as you can document that, that is also leading a critical role in an organization. It could be you're a software developer. You own your own business. Now, a company contacted you to design a software for them to solve a particular problem. They couldn't do it. They paid you. You did it for them, and you solved the problem. Provided you can get letter from that organization stating you helped them to do this, that is a leading and a critical role in an organization. Then the next one is evidence that you have been asked to judge the work of others. This is more applicable to those into research. Take, for example, you're a researcher, an organization, most of this journal article invited you to review an article before it's been published. Now, the first thing they will do is to write to you based on your expertise in that field and say, can you help us review this article before it's been published? So the invitation to review the article is needed. The evidence that you actually reviewed the article and evidence that you completed it and the journal article gave you a letter of completion or a thank you letter that you actually reviewed the article, that's an evidence of judging the work of others. That is one. Secondly, have you been like in a competition and you are invited as among the panel of judges? Now, your evaluation will determine the best winner. If you have also acted in that capacity, you need to provide evidence that you are invited to judge the work of others. You need to provide evidence that you judge the work of others and also you completed it. That is another criteria that is needed. Then the last one is evidence that you've recorded some level of commercial success. So take, for example, you develop an app and a lot of companies bought into that app to solve their problem. You've made a lot of money from that app, or you design an app and a company bought that app and paid you, let's say, $1 million. And you have record that you developed that app and they bought, say Microsoft bought an app from you that you developed and they paid you $1 million. That is a good example that you have evidence of commercial success, because as a result of your extraordinary ability, you've solved a problem that top organization bought that solution from you. These are the 10 criteria that is required of you for the EB-1A. However, out of these 10 criteria I've listed, you are only required to provide 3. But providing 3 alone is not enough, because if they have issue with 1 or 2, it's an automatic denial. So I usually encourage you, if you want to do this, go through this route, make sure you have minimum of 5 out of those 10 criteria to put in a position that, because sometimes you might not get straight approval, you could get requests for additional evidence, which means the officer is not convinced with the information you've submitted. So to proceed with your case, to evaluate your case more, they need some additional evidence from you to justify that, okay, yes, you actually qualify for this. Now, if you're within the US, there are no backlog for the rest of the world, aside from China and India for the EB-1. But for the rest of the world, if you're not from China and India, if you apply for the EB-1 today and you get approval, within a space of 6 months, if you do the premium processing, you can get your green card within 6 months. Now, the first stage is to fill the I-140. If you're not in the US, you could go through this emigrate and their partners, okay? You could consult a lawyer, an attorney in the US, or some agency that are involved in these processes. You can get more information through an attorney or through some organization that partner with some attorney to evaluate your CV to see if you're qualified. So the first step is to make sure that you have a robust CV, send it to this organization to have your CV evaluated. Once it's been evaluated, they will tell you if you're qualified and the next step to go. Also, most of this information are available online. Just go to USCIS website, type EB-1 criteria. You will see all the 10 criteria and see if you qualify for any of those. Then sometimes you might not be sure. That is where you need the service of an attorney, or some of these agencies that work with an attorney. They help evaluate your CV and they will tell you if you're qualified or not. If you're qualified, they will tell you the next step, all you need to do. So the first stage is for you to submit the I-140. We have the premium processing. If you submit that, it's about $2,805 that you're paying to the government for the premium processing. You pay additional $715 for the I-140, and you also pay about, I think about $300 for another fee for like asylum, which they made mandatory. Those are the money you pay to the government to have your stuff evaluated. For the EB-1, is within 15 business days if you do the premium processing. However, if you want to do the regular one, you don't have to pay the $2,805, which is the amount for the premium processing. All you need to do is to pay $300 and $715. But it takes between 8 months to 18 months to get a feedback, a decision, if you're not doing the premium processing, if you're doing the regular one. But for the premium processing, it takes just 15 business days for the EB-1. For the EB-2, it takes 45 business days if you're doing the premium processing. If you're doing the regular one, it takes minimum of 8 months up to like 18 months before you can get a decision on your case. So those are the 3 routes. For the EB-1 and NIW EB-2, it is self-sponsor. You don't need a lawyer. For the O1, you need, you don't need an employer rather, but for the O1 visa, you need like an agent, a partner who must be in the US, a legal resident, permanent resident, or a US citizen who has a business, is working, that could help you file as an agent for the O1 or as an employer. But for the EB-1 and NIW EB-2, you don't need an employer, you don't need a sponsor, it's do it yourself. Thank you. So on that note, these are the 3 routes that are available and open to anybody in the world, provided you have the qualification, you have the skill set, you develop yourself among the top best, in 5 top best in your field, then you're welcome to the United States, provided you're coming here to add value to the United States. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Chidi. And I'm sure the community has lots and lots and lots of questions. For those just joining us, welcome again to Emigrate Open Day. Today we are focused on the US Global Talent Route, which Chidi has mentioned. Some of them are the US O1, the US EB-1, EB-2, EB-2 NIW, and several routes are available to you if you are a talent. As we said earlier, we won't have time to be able to bring you on stage to ask a question. So if you have a question, please drop it in the chat. We will take as many of these questions as possible. I'm going to run a few more slides now, but Chidi, once we bring you back for the question and answer, one of my questions would be what has changed on this visa route? We're aware that a number of things has changed in terms of Donald Trump winning the election. A number of things has changed from the US landscape. And so we would like you to just share a bit of insight based on some of the experiences that you're seeing on the field. I know that we've had an approval recently. Yes, this week, or was it this week or early last week, late last week? And we'd like you to just talk about what has changed as well. But I would just say to the audience that Please drop your questions. We would like to take as many questions as possible, time permitting, and we can always continue the conversation on the Emigrate community. I'll just be sharing a few more things about Emigrate in a moment, and then I will then be handing over to us in terms of questions. So while we go through this, if you have questions, please drop them in the chat. We'll take as many of these as possible. We'll say again that one of the lowest common denominator across all the different visas we talk about on the Emigrate platform is that be globally attractive. If you are globally attractive, you have options to many of these visa routes, including these routes that Chidi has talked about just now. And don't forget, as we said earlier, even if you are not yet qualified, you can use a platform like Emigrate over a period of time to qualify for these routes and then apply successfully for these routes. And so please bear that in mind to say the lowest common denominator across these pathways is be globally attractive. We would like to say that on this session, we do not offer immigration advice nor legal advice. What we do on the Emigrate platform generally is we offer information, we offer insights, we offer inspiration, guidance, coaching, mentorship, support, and holding community and so many other things that are available to you within the Emigrate platform. But by ourselves, we do not offer legal advice. We do partner with lawyers. We do partner with immigration consultants where if your case do need it, but that's not our unique selling point as this platform. Our unique selling point as Emigrate is the fact that we help you become globally attractive. If you are globally attractive, then you get options and you get access to some of these routes that are available to you. If you're starting, the best place to start is to get the Emigrate Tech Visa app because a number of our free options are delivered through the Emigrate Tech Visa app. For example, with the with the US route as well, we have a number of resources that can help, and some of them we'll talk about as we proceed in this session. We also have a number of do-it-yourself with a subscription option. These are premium option, and one of them is the assessment that Chidi talked about to say that if you have your CV and you're on one of our premium subscription options, you can get, and we start from as low as £25 a month, you can get access to a review to see, am I eligible already for this visa pathway? Am I eligible already? Is this something I can do myself, or is this something where I would need access to additional resources to be able to do? And we have a number of these options, premium options that can help you. We have a number of free options that can help you on the platform, and you can get started immediately. Emigrate Community is also available. We are on most of the major social media platforms, WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, and several other community platforms where you can get on and you can continue the conversation. A number of our coaches on the Emigrate platform are available in some of these communities and they are able to answer questions. You are also able to share information, share ideas, ask questions, share your profile, talk about what you're doing, get partners, and we're building this very strong community of different people who are able to help each other and with coaches who are able to point you in the right direction. The Emigrate platform is your personalized guide to talent mobility, relocation, and settlement. It gets better because you can get access to more free coaching. We've talked about the fact that you get access to some free coaching initially once you register on the platform. You get access to free coaching. You also get access to free coaching, and we'll tell you how you get that access if you stay till the end of this session. But you also get access to free coaching if you use the Emigrate Tech Visa app. For example, if you use the app for 7 days in a row, if you achieve a 7-day streak, you do get a free coaching session. Also, we run a referral scheme where you get £35 on the platform if you refer someone who unlocks on the platform. So they get £35, you get £35 as well on the Emigrate Tech Visa platform. We keep talking about the Emigrate AI because the central bit that is helping us scale this platform now is us becoming AI first, AI enabled. And we're using AI assistants and AI agents to be able to leverage what our human coaches and accelerate the impact of our human coaches. It gives you access to precision, instant insight, seamless experience, personalization, and also helps you to go global on a step-by-step journey. Even if your journey will take a year, maybe 18 months, Emigrate AI is able to be your companion guide on a day-to-day basis from where you are today to where you want to be, which is being globally attractive so that you qualify for many of these visa options and you apply successfully for many of these visa options. Emigrate AI is able to help you to go global. And Emigrate brings together not just the platform, but we also bring an ecosystem that is able to help you, regardless of where you are in your journey. As I explained earlier, the Emigrate platform walks you through the entire journey of talent mobility, relocation, and settlement. We are not just focused on the relocation phase, but we are focused on the entire journey, starting from you preparing to having a roadmap for you to qualify, to the point when you qualify for this visa, to when you start navigating your application process, to endorsement, to say when you do get endorsed, to the point when you're endorsed and you apply for your visa, to the point of integration, to the point of settlement, and also what they currently call reverse migration, which is really just migration by itself, moving to a third country, moving back to your home country, or deciding to stay put in the new economy that you found yourself. Emigrate is able to support your journey across the entire stack. However, we also then are supported by an ecosystem to say that if you are preparing your journey and you need information, education, training, bootcamp, incubator, accelerator, all of that is available on this same platform. And you get access to many of these at a discount. Chidi was talking, for example, about public relations to say you want to be ensured that your work is featured in the global press, in national press. You get relationships on the Emigrate platform that can help you make that happen. If you're looking at a partnership with lawyers or immigration consultants, that's also available on the Emigrate platform. If you're looking for financing, that's also available through some of our partners on the Emigrate platform. HR, recruitment to say you move to the new economy. How do I get a job? How do I find myself? How do I integrate within the shortest possible time? All of that are available on the Emigrate platform. Our featured partner, one of our partners is Bincom Dev Center, which in fact incubated Emigrate. And Bincom Dev Center provide tech talent development on a platform that helps with building tech talent, building startup, enhancing tech talent with quite a number of different services, but the one we will focus on briefly will be the Labs by Bincom. Labs by Bincom is one of the services of Bincom Dev Center, and what it does is to help individuals to become startup founders. How we do that is that the easiest way for you to be a startup founder is to build a startup yourself. That's the easiest way and best way for you to learn how to build a startup. Start building a startup. You will learn a lot of things along the way. The Bincom Labs by Bincom helps you do that. And how it does that is it brings you together with a number of other individuals looking to build a startup in your niche. And together within a 3 to 6 months period, you are able to work together, build a startup that will be used by live users. It's fantastic if you're looking to build a portfolio. It's fantastic if you're looking to improve your career. It's fantastic if you found that, oh, you have more consulting in your background and you haven't really worked in product-led areas. This is part of what you can do to use. And I'll be coming back to questions at this point. And this is a slide that you may want to take a picture of because today we have been focused on the US talent route, the US global talent route, particularly the O1, the EB-1, the EB-2. However, the landscape is really, really broad in terms of why and when we started, we talked about the fact that many countries, forward-thinking countries of the world, have made different visa pathways available for you to be able to relocate and settle in their jurisdiction. These are some of the options, like the UK Global Talent Visa, the UK Innovator Founder Visa, the US O1 Visa, Canada Startup Visa, French Tech Visa, German Startup Visa, the EU Blue Card Visa, the Australia, used to be called Global Talent Visa, but now it's called the Australian National Innovation Visa. There are several of these pathways available to you. And this is the platform, Emigrate Tech Visa, that is helping you navigate this platform and helping you find your purpose, find your journey within the tech ecosystem. Like I said before, the lowest common denominator for these pathways is be globally attractive. If you are globally attractive, you have options. And that is what Emigrate helps you to discover and helps you take a journey towards. And so we're coming to questions now. And Chidi, we're going to go back to you to say what has changed as regards these visa pathway. We were talking about the O1, EB-1, EB-2. Donald Trump came into power a few months back, and a lot of things have changed in the world because of the Trump effect, for example. And how is that affecting these visa pathways? How is that affecting generally what's going on in the US? Does the US still want talent to come to their jurisdiction? Over to you, Chidi.
Thank you so much. My video is now on.
It's coming on. It's still dark. Yeah. Okay, it's not coming on right now. Yeah. Maybe a technical issue. Can you still hear us though?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't
Okay.
see myself. Okay, let me just continue. So I want to say nothing has changed with respect to those with global talent. Nothing has changed. I want to say for the EB-1, EB-2, there have been more approval even than the previous administration from the statistics that I have online, which is also available for public consumption. So the US still need people with talent who can add value to the US economy. The only thing that has changed is if you don't have any value you're bringing into the US economy, you might find it difficult coming. But if you have built those talent over time and you're bringing value to the US economy, you are welcome at any point in time. So nothing has changed. The only thing that I could say has changed based on what I've observed is for those submitting EB-1, EB-2, there have been some level of scrutiny to ensure that whatever information you submit are not kind of faked, they are genuine, and you could prove them beyond reasonable doubt. So they want to look at your application and see that everything you've submitted are original, they are real. Then I also must say, irrespective of what your case is, it is the officer in charge of your case because the US government give those officers discretionary power. So if the officer feel that, yes, your application is good, he can approve it. If you look at, no, he's not convinced, he has the power to either approve, deny. So it's at the discretion of the officer in charge of your case, which is why if you don't qualify, don't just bother applying. But if you know you qualify, you look at the evidence on their website, the criteria rather, and you know you met it, please go ahead. You be rest assured that you get approval. But if you're not qualified, don't just bother. But if you're qualified, you've sent your CV to somebody, they evaluated it and it's okay, yes, you've done ABC, you have like 70, 80% chances or 90%, then go with advice of that professional, either an attorney or an agent to an attorney who work with an attorney. Whatever advice they give you after evaluating your CV, please follow their advice. So, in response to that question again, how many of you have heard about the gold visa?
Yeah.
The gold visa was proposed to like $5 million.
Mm-hmm.
And I read an article from Forbes magazine, and as at June, over 1,000 individuals have kind of subscribed for that stuff. I don't know if they've paid, but they've indicated interest. So what does that tell you? USC want people who are bringing value to the US economy. So as long as you're bringing value, either in terms of your money or in terms of your talent, skill, business idea that could add value to the US economy, you're welcome. US, what has changed? The US are not looking for liability. They're looking for talent, people that will add value to the US economy.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And this is what we help you become on the Emigrate platform, help you become that talent that would be qualified for these visas and help you on that journey towards you being globally attractive, as I've explained multiple times. And so if you are not yet qualified, what you should be doing is working towards being qualified. The US have shown you exactly what they want. They've shown you the exact criteria. They've shown you the answer script and the question paper. The onus lies on you to study, in this analogy, towards you being qualified. And the study in this case is building your profile towards being qualified. We are not saying fake it till you make it in this case. We are saying become globally attractive. And then when you are globally attractive, you can present yourself to the USCIS and say, hey, this is me, this is what I've done, this is what I've achieved. And definitely you can get endorsed, you can get approved. But Chidi, let's talk about fraud because also in the UK, just recently, just this week actually, the UK Global Talent for Digital Technology, which is the endorsing body, which is Tech Nation, came up with a number of things around fraud because they've also seen situations where people present themselves as what they are not. They've seen situations where people are presenting fake documents, and now they've made it clear to applicants to say, oh, this is what would happen to you, including possibility of a ban based on being misrepresenting and so on. I know that we're hearing a few of those kinds of cases in the US as well. Do you want to share a bit around just what's going on there in terms of the scrutiny? We also are aware that a couple of people's EB-1 approvals were cancelled because of fraudulent things that was going on. And I don't know if you want to share a little bit around that.
Yeah, so the United States does not joke with fraudulent documentation. That could lead to, if you're caught submitting a fraudulent information, that could lead to banning you from coming to the US for life or a minimum of 10 years. So I want to advise, if you know you're not qualified, please don't fake any document. It's a crime in the US system. One. Secondly, I read somewhere about some nationality that were using a particular organization to fake award, fake judging the work of others, fake publication. And when they got the hold of those information, everyone that had their EB-1, EB-2 approved, that used those fake documents, they were all revoked. So if you are not qualified, why don't you continue to build your profile, keep doing what you're doing, and every success you achieve, make sure you record them, because there are some people too who have achieved those records prior to this time, but don't have the evidence. So my advice is, as you continue in your professional journey, whatever success and achievement you record, please document them. Documentation is key in this process. So there's high level of scrutiny. Every document you submit, including recommendation letters, US has the right to verify the source of those information. If they are genuine, fine. If they are not, there are penalties for submitting fake documents. So please do not attempt to submit any fake document. Let all your documents be something you've achieved And if they call you at any point in time or the organization, they will see exactly that, yes, you've recorded sources. Whatever you've not achieved, please do not include such in your application. It will jeopardize your chances of getting it, and at the end of the day, it could lead to a ban. So they're looking for talent. They're looking for those who have extraordinary ability. If you don't have it, continue to build your profession, your profile, not faking it, but genuinely until that point where you meet those criteria, then you can apply. The essence of this to look at after evaluation, am I qualified? If yes, what next? If I'm not, what do I need to do? Where do I need to improve on? What must I do so that I become qualified in the future? But please, if you fake it, you'll be caught. And that will jeopardize your coming to the US and also affect you because most of these nations share information with respect to their immigration. So if you submit a fake document with United States, it will affect your application in Canada, it will affect your application in the UK because they share information. So please ensure that your information are genuine, your evidence are something you've achieved, and let them evaluate your CV before you move on. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Chidi. And we know that we are talking to talents and you're unlikely to be the ones to do things like this. But the reason why we decided to spend a little bit of time talking about this is because we increasingly are finding people coming to the Emigrate platform, asking funny questions. What we do on this platform is we help you become globally attractive. We help you become qualified. When you are now qualified, you can approach to get endorsed, and then within the shortest possible time, which means that rather than spending 5 years, 10 years trying to become qualified, you can do it in far less, in months rather than in years. And because you know the right pathway towards being qualified. But Chidi, we've got a question asking around a startup founder. So this is a startup founder based in the UK who wants to go to the US to live with their family, wants the green card, and wants and looking at doing this with for business expansion. I'll read the actual question. What route would you recommend for a startup founder in the UK who wants to go to the US to live with family, green card, and business expansion? Chidi, any advice? Just to say to everyone again, this is not legal advice, no immigration advice. This is just information based on all of the information and experience available to us on this platform. But Chidi, could you give some recommendation to this individual?
Okay, so if it's a startup in the UK, is it into technology? If it's into IT, check the US national interest with respect to IT. Does your IT skill and your business skill fall within that category? Like US is in for AI, they're in for some cybersecurity and all of those. Is your business towards that area? If yes, have you achieved some of those criteria listed in the EB-1? If you go through that and you see that, yes, you can prove 5 of those criteria, I would recommend you try the EB-1 route because you already started a business and you're coming to the US to continue that same business, which is you're bringing value, and through that you employ US citizen or permanent resident holder in the US. Because you've started something and you have a track record, they want to see evidence that you started the business in the UK. They want to see evidence you continue to do the same business in the US. They want to see how many people will you be able to employ over a period of, say, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. So if you want to come immediately and you meet those criteria, I would recommend you try the EB-1 route. However, if you check through the EB-1 route, because that is faster, if you start it in the space of 6 months to like 1 year maximum, you can be rest assured that you'll be here with your family. But if you are not qualified for the EB-1 route, look at the EB-2 because you have a business already. And is something you've been identified doing in the UK. So you're not coming here to look for a job in the United States. Rather, you're coming here to expand your business, which is exactly what the US are looking for, which is the criteria for the proposed endeavor. So your proposed endeavor is that I'm doing business in the UK. I want to expand to the US market because there are more opportunity here. I'm able to make more money, employ more people, and also transfer knowledge. Then you look at the EB-2 NIW. However, because of the backlog, you might need to wait up to 2 years for the EB-2 NIW before you can come to the US. Then for the O1, that will be the easiest route for you because, however, it doesn't guarantee green card. It's just like you having an H-1B or work authorization, but it allows you to do your business in the US. Like if you apply within 6 months, you get approved, you're already in the US. As long as you continue to do your business in the US, they welcome that. But that does not guarantee you any form of a visa status in the US, but allows you to work, do your business, pay your taxes, then your family can join you, but your family cannot work. So if you want to do that, you come immediately, start to continue your business expansion, then you can then apply for the EB-2 NIW or the EB-1 if you're qualified. Then through those routes, you can eventually get your green card. So if you want to come immediately, want to expand, I would advise you try the O1 visa. That will give you opportunity to come here immediately. Once you get here, you can then look at the EB-2 or the EB-1 route to have your green card here. But the O1 visa does not grant you green card. It only gives you opportunity to work and do your business here. So if you're looking at the short term to get to the US, try the O1. Once you get into the US and you're qualified for the EB-1 or the EB-2, then you can start the process. But if you're not moving in immediately, you can wait and do the EB-2 if you're qualified, but you need to wait for 2 years minimum. If you are qualified for the EB-1, within a space of 6 months to 1 year maximum, you'll be here. So look at each of those criteria. Have your CV evaluated by an expert, an attorney, and they will guide you accordingly which route fits your position, your situation rather, best. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Chidi, for that. I'd like us to talk about AI in a moment, and particularly what the US is looking for from manufacturing and so on. But there's a question here that I'm just going to take quickly, which says that how can I get the UK Global Talent Visa without being endorsed? You have to be endorsed. What the UK has made available and like the US we are talking about today, just to say that today's session we are focused on the US route. We focus on the UK, Australia, Canada, France, and different countries, but today's session is focused on the US route. But for the UK, you have to be endorsed for you to get the UK Global Talent Visa. Think about it. If there was no endorsement gate, it means that everyone would apply for the visa. But the UK doesn't want everyone. The US doesn't want everyone. Canada doesn't want everyone. They only want the high value contributors. And that's what we are saying that you want to become. Become that talent, show yourself as that talent, then you can approach for their endorsement, whatever it may be called. And once you get that, you can move to those jurisdictions. But today's session is focused on the US, not the UK. So we won't be able to take a lot of questions for the UK today because we want to focus on the US route today. Chidi,
Yeah,
let's talk about the US in terms of what are they looking for. I know AI features very prominently, and people on the call, particularly those that are building themselves towards being qualified over a period of time, are curious to understand what can I add to what I'm already doing? What can I be doing better? What can I change in my story, in my journey? What can I focus on? We know that the US is talking about bringing manufacturing back to the US. We know they are talking about AI. Are there some niche areas that you could just mention to this community that they could look at, particularly if they are looking for the pathway towards them being globally attractive?
thank you. So every year the US publish what we call critical and emerging technologies. Those are their special interests every year. If you just go to Google and type US critical and emerging technologies, you will see the list of professions that the US are interested in. One of them is AI. If you're also into engineering, processing, engineering, manufacturing, you're welcome. If you're into remote sensing technology, you're welcome. If you're into agriculture, sustainable agriculture, you're welcome. As long as you can blend technology in your field of expertise, look at those technology lists, their interests, and look at if you fall within those categories. They also look at semiconductor and all of those stuff, manufacturing, AI, cybersecurity. Just go to Google and type US emerging and technology list. You will see those areas that US are looking for experts in those fields. So if you belong to those, I could share the link. If you look at those lists, that will guide you. If you fall within those categories, it becomes easy for you to prove your case because they're looking for people in those categories, especially AI. AI is the in thing here, followed by manufacturing. So if you're into engineering and has to do with manufacturing, also sustainability, as long as it has to do more with the economic and the social impact, and also it can reduce costs, employ more people. They're also looking at those areas. Technology that can reduce the cost and make the process faster if you have expertise in those areas. But look at the technology list and you will see area that they are looking for. Then you can, if you fall within those categories, you have an advantage.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Chidi. And let's talk to people who are already in the US and they are looking to switch in. I mean, we talked about one of the pathways talents can use is even go with O1 and then switch to EB-1 or switch to EB-2 once you're in the US. But what about people on F1 or H1B and some of these other visas? Could they also use these talent-based pathways? Could they transition to these talent-based visas over a period of time? What would that journey look like for them? Is it different from those outside and those inside, or is it the same? What would that look like?
So if you're already in the US, you're at advantage. If you're on H1B, if you're on F1 visa, you're at advantage because you're already in the system. Now, if you're on F1 visa and your plan is to stay in the US after your education, I would advise from the first day you enter the US, you should begin to guide yourself with necessary information like this platform to know, okay, if you are here on F1 visa and you're doing a master program, that automatically qualifies you for the NIW EB-2 at your graduation, having a master's degree. However, in addition to having a master's degree, do you have a proposed endeavor that is of national importance to the United States? Have you built your talent to the level that you're well positioned to achieve that proposed endeavor? Will it be beneficial to the United States? If you can prove that, even while you're still doing the master program, and probably you had a bachelor's degree with over 10 years experience, you are qualified under the exceptional ability. So you can transition once you have all of this, just go through the same route, talk to a lawyer, talk to immigration expert, let them have your case evaluated, then they will be in the best position to advise you what to do next. But if your plan, your goal is to remain in the US after your education, please don't wait until you've graduated before you start the process. Start right now. Get all the necessary information you need to get and start working towards it so that at the point of graduation, you could be submitting your petition within a space of 1 year. For those who are not STEM OPT, if you're not on STEM, you only have 1 year to work after your graduation. But if you're on STEM related course, after your first 1 year OPT, you are allowed to extend for another 2 years, which is 3 years. So within that window, you should take advantage of this EB-1, EB-2 NIW or O1 if your goal is to remain in the US after your graduation. So start now, begin to gather those documents, evidence of what you've achieved in the past that you don't have, begin to look for them and gather them and send it to an expert to help you evaluate your CV to see if you're qualified. But the best time to start is now. And you can definitely switch. A lot of people have gone through that route, and you can also take advantage of such routes. Either EB-1, or either H-1B or F-1.
Thank you for that, Chidi. And we're coming towards the end of the question and answer session, so we can allow Chidi to drop off at some point. But Chidi, for the do-it-yourself people in the room, what does the petition look like? I know some of them are 600 pages, 700 pages. What does a strong petition look like? What kind of things are they expecting? How big are they supposed to be? Is this submitted digital or you have to print them and DHL? Could you just give the audience just a bit of insight into what that journey looks like, particularly those trying to do it themselves? And then we can also share a bit of the kind of support available on the Emigrate platform a little bit after. But let's start with the do-it-yourself people first. What does that petition look like that they need to submit for some of these routes?
Okay, so it's pretty easy. The first thing is go through the website, the USCIS website, type NIW EB-2 and look at the criteria. Same thing is applicable for EB-1, A, and O1. What are these criteria? Do I meet these criteria? Do I have the evidence to support this claim? It's not the number of pages of your petition. It's a function of the evidence you have at your disposal that you can submit to prove your case. So if you've done something, you've won an award, but you don't have the evidence to show for it. If you submit that, yes, I won an award in Ghana as so, and so, but there's no evidence to back it up, it is useless. So it's the evidence at your disposal that counts, not the number of pages you write. Some people could write 20, 30 pages with evidence, they get approval. And somebody can write 200 pages without evidence and they get denied. So it is evidence that you have. So first, we are going through the advanced degree route for the NIW EB-2. The first thing is to show that you have a master's degree or a PhD. The second thing is to prove that you have a proposed endeavor. What is that proposed endeavor? Okay, take for example, you are a mathematics teacher, and your proposed endeavor is to continue to teach mathematics in the US, which will kind of help strengthen the STEM foundation of an average US citizen or a permanent resident living in the US. So your goal is to build the young generation to be STEM prepared, right? That's your proposed endeavor. You had first degree mathematics, you did your master mathematics. Having a bachelor degree and master degree in mathematics is evident that you're well positioned to continue that. The second evidence would be, okay, I have taught mathematics for 5 years at secondary school level or even at graduate level. You have evidence that you've taught mathematics. That qualifies you as having well positioned to carry on your proposed endeavor. Thirdly, if you have, like, say you're from Nigeria and you have the registered teacher license to teach, you are good to go because you've done it over time. Is mathematics a national interest to the United States? The answer is yes. Is STEM education a national interest? The answer is yes. So you have an advanced degree in mathematics. You have a bachelor degree in mathematics. 2, you have taught mathematics for minimum of 5 years. You have a license as a registered teacher. You you have taught and you're coming to do the same thing, and your field of expertise with your proposed endeavor is of national interest, automatically qualifies you. So the evidence you need, okay, you show evidence of a master's degree, evidence of bachelor degree, evidence that you have taught mathematics for 5 years through your employment letter. You can also get a recommendation letter from your school where you taught to show that, yes, you taught mathematics and student success was high during your time in those school. Then you have your certificate as a teacher, a licensed teacher in Nigeria. Then it's now to prove, okay, mathematics, you can look at statistics of mathematics education in the United States. What is their performance? What extra thing are you bringing that will improve mathematics learning? Why are children so scared of learning mathematics? Globally, there's this general phobia for mathematics. What skill have you developed that you are bringing to teach mathematics, and students in high school, elementary school will look at your model and they will benefit from it? Secondly, are you going to also create like an app, a software, a web-based application where we are not only teaching just one location, but rather you could teach as many students as possible in the United States, all the states, through your website, whereby you have a session, those having challenging the particular subject who subscribe to your platform, you provide such training. Once you have those evidence, you're qualified. So it's not the number of pages of your petition, it is the evidence of what you've done in the past and what you're bringing in that determine if you're qualified or not. So it's not a function of the pages you are writing, it's a function of evidence you have to submit to prove that you are an expert in this field, both for the EB-1 and for the EB-2. So for the EB-1, you won an award. It's a national award. You went to represent your country in a global event. You came first. The award is there. If they type your name on the website, they will see your name, they will see your picture, they will see the award you won. So there's nothing to dispute that. You don't need to write so much because you participated in the event. This is evidence, the picture, the certificate you won. You review article for journals, evidence of your invitation to review the article, evidence that you reviewed the article, and evidence that you completed it. You don't need to write so much. Just provide those evidence. Okay, evidence of your commercial success. You develop an app. A company bought that app and paid you. Evidence of the amount they paid you. Evidence of the solution you developed. Those are the evidence you're providing. So you might end up writing maybe 30, 40 pages with those supporting evidence, and you're good to go. Then you must also prove that, okay, in addition to all of this, is it going to be beneficial to the United States? So it now depends on you to say, okay, what are the issues US is having with respect to this, my field of expertise? What am I bringing in of value? So you must also prove that in addition to your expertise to show that, yes, you are the kind of person the US is looking for who will help them solve this problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Chidi. Let's talk quickly about family and dependents as we bring this session towards a close. Family dependents, what's available for them? I know that with the O1, for example, you can bring your family, they can't work. EB-1, is it the same? EB-2, is it the same? Could you just give some insight into, for people that have family and they are interested in moving with their family, what does the pathway look like for them?
Okay. For the O1, you can bring your family, but they can't work. But for the EB-1 and EB-2, once the principal applicant gets approval, it covers the entire family, your spouse, your children, they are all covered. So if you're outside of the US and you apply, once you get approval, once you apply for the green card, your wife, your children are covered immediately for EB-1 and EB because it gives you green card straight. But for the O1, it's just only you. You're allowed to have work authorization to do your business, to work, but your wife can come, but she can't work, and your children cannot also work. But your children can go to school in the US, but they can work unless you have the EB-1 and EB-2 approved, then you can work. And for those who are also on H-1B, if you're on H-1B and you have a spouse who is on H-4, your spouse can work, but if you apply for the NIW EB-2 or the EB-1 and you get approval and you have like your I-140 approval, that approval qualifies your spouse to apply for work authorization to work. Do I say that again? So let's assume you're on H-1B with your spouse in the US and your spouse is not allowed to work on H-1B because she will be on H-4 or the other way, he. Now, once you apply for the NIW EB-2 and you get approval for the I-140, with that approval, automatically grants your spouse work authorization. So at that point in time, that's one of the advantages of applying for the NIW. So if you're on H-1B and you get NIW EB-2 approved, automatically your spouse can work. And for those other countries who their current priority dates are not current, like people in India and China who are part of this team, if you know anybody that's on H-1B, encourage the person to apply for EB-1 or EB-2 NIW. Once they get approval, their spouse can apply for work authorization and work, and also the H-1B would not be terminated even if they spend 100 years in the US. As long as we got an approval for I-140, they can continue to stay in the United States, whether they have a green card or not, provided they've gotten approval for I-140 and then the H-1B, they will forever remain in status.
Fantastic. And there's so much information here. There's a lot that we've shared over the last more than 1.5 hours already. And we're coming towards the end of this session, this edition of Emigrate Open Day. Just to mention again that on this platform, and we are in partnership with My Yankee Travels. Chidi is one of the coaches on the Emigrate platform, by extension from My Yankee Travels as well. You are able to get the support that you need, regardless of what journey you're looking at. You can look at the free options available. We have a lot, and I talked about that a bit. We have the do-it-yourself options available. We have the do-it-with-me options, and we have the do-it-for-me option, where we partner with immigration consultants, with lawyers, and so on to help you with this journey end to end. As we've explained, we on the Emigrate platform do not provide immigration advice nor legal advice, but we have brought together an ecosystem, a very strong one, to guarantee or to help you with your success. Nobody can guarantee you a visa. However, with our success rate, and hopefully Chidi will talk about some of our successes recently, with our success rates and everything, it improves your chances astronomically. For example, a number of people don't realize that if you have a UK master's, a US master's, you are more than likely almost qualified for the EB-2 NIW, as long as you have at least 5 to 10 years of experience. Chidi has touched on a lot of things, but what you should be doing next is likely you may want to look at your own profile. You can use some of the assessment templates and that is available on the platform, or you can simply, if you get on one of our premium subscription, you can simply send your CV into the platform on the app, and you'll be able to get a one-to-one and also an assessment of your profile, whether or not you're qualified. If you are not yet qualified, you will get helpful tips and guidance on what you need to do over a period of time to be qualified. If you're already qualified, you would also get helpful tips, guidance, and direction on what you need to do towards you starting your application journey, guaranteeing that you are able to apply with the optimal and the most optimal direction towards your success. And that's what we offer on the Emigrate platform. Chidi, I will just ask you to speak to our audience generally on the Emigrate platform. There are five key audience category that we have on this platform, and I would name all five, but then we'll take it one by one. And this is just part of you just sharing your final word on this session of Emigrate Open Day. The first are absolute beginner. They have not even started their journey in the field of technology at all. They are open to qualify for these kinds of visa in the future. What kind of advice could you give to them? We have the intermediates who are already on their journey, not quite qualified yet, but they already have some of these things. They have one or two of the criteria, but they don't yet have everything. They're on their journey. What can you advise them? We have the advanced in the field who are 10, 15, 20 years experience, head of IT in a commercial bank in Nigeria, senior product manager in a microfinance bank, in a fintech. They are also on this platform. They are also looking at what are the options available for me. We've got people in Kenya, in South Africa, highly advanced in their journey, and they're also looking for what can I do. Then we've got people in the US. They are not in, some are not in status, but more important, some are not on a pathway to settlement. So they don't have a green card. What can you advise them? That's category 4. And then category 5 are people looking to apply immediately. They already qualified, they already know about all of these things, and they're looking to apply immediately. What can you advise them? Just to say to the audience, we did promise you a gift if you stay to the end of this session, and the gift we will share with you in a moment. But Chidi, let's start with the first or second of the category. So absolute beginner, never done anything in the field of tech, and they are looking at this visa in the future. What can they do?
Okay, thank you. So the first stage is to ask yourself, why am I leaving my country to the US, to the UK, to any country? You must ask yourself that question, because the truth is, if you think if you come to the US, you come to the UK, you go to Australia, Canada, and within a space of 1 year, you're going to make it big, it's a lie. It's a big lie. Most people go with that mindset that, yes, I'm in Nigeria now. The dollar is 1,600 to in naira. If I get to the US and I make $1,000 in a day, in a month, in a week, I'm rich. It's not true, because it's just the exchange rate. The cost of living here is high. And most people get here and they found out that they've actually made mistake coming here. Probably if they have better information, they would have remained in their own country. So you need to ask yourself, why am I going to the US? Why am I going to the UK? Why am I going to Canada? Answer that question first. Once you've answered that question, the next thing is to, from the first category, my goal is to be in the US in the next 5 years. I want to go there legally. I don't have what it takes now. What must I do? Then you begin your journey of a 5 years plan. This is 2025. I want to start a new life in the US by 2030. I need to have a bachelor degree, a master degree, improve my skill in this area, go for this award, join organization, become the best of me, so that in 5 years' time, I am qualified. The second category, somebody have some level of expertise, but they are not there
Intermediate.
yet. All you need to do, check the criteria. What are those criteria that you've met? What are those that you need to work on over a period of time to build, to make you qualify? Start working on those. The third category, you're a professional, right? And you're about taking the initiative. Same thing, evaluate your CV and look at those areas. Send your CV to those experts, attorney, consultant who can guide you. Let them have your CV evaluated, and they will tell you the cost implication, what you need to provide, evidence that you have at your disposal. They will guide you. The fourth set of people,
Looking to switch. They are they are not in status, or they are looking to switch. They don't yet have a green card.
so if you are not in status in the US, You can't go through any of these routes, EB-1, EB-2, because for you to benefit from this, if you are in the US, you must be in status. Either you're on F1, you're on H1B, you're on O1, you're on L1, you're on R1, you're on F2, or you're on B1, B2 within a space of 6 months. If you are not in status, you cannot benefit from this if you're in the US. Because for you to have the green card, you must prove that you are in status. Once you are not in status, you're automatically disqualified. So the first criteria for you to qualify if you're within the US is that you must be in status. So if you're out of status, you are not qualified. But if you're still on your F1 status, H1B, O1, L1, R1, F2, H4, as long as you're still in status, please have a lawyer review your CV and they will guide you accordingly as fast as you can. But if you're not in status, you are not qualified. But for those outside of the US, you are automatically qualified. Just talk to somebody who will guide you through the process. But if you're within the US and you're not in status, you can't benefit from this.
Yeah. And would you speak to the fifth category? So these are people who are ready to apply. They already know all of this information, or at least they've added to their knowledge during this session, or they've watched the replay video, they've done their research, they are looking to apply, they are ready to apply at this point. Could you advise, what could you guide them or direct them?
The next thing you need to do, call Emigrate. Through Emigrate, they have partners like My Yankee Travel. They'll have your CV evaluated. Once they evaluate your CV, they will tell you the next line of action. Once you're qualified based on the assessment, they will guide you through the process. They will also tell you if you want to do it yourself. If you need guidance, they offer such services. If you want them to do it through their attorneys, they will also guide you and tell you how much it's going to cost. But the first step is have your CV, send it to them, let them evaluate it. Then they are in better position to advise you on the next step of your journey. But don't wait, don't second guess. Get those CV, send it to them, let them have them evaluated. Whatever they charge you, if you're okay with it, go ahead. If you're not okay with it, you have another option. Talk to as many lawyers as possible in the US. Go online. You will find lawyers in the US who offer such services. Consult with them. They will guide you.
Get guidance, get guidance, get guidance is one of the key things Chidi has emphasized on during this edition of Emigrate Open Day. Chidi, would like you to just share your final words during this session to the community in a moment. But we did mention to the community to say you have a gift from us if you waited till the end of this session or if you watch this replay video till the end. And the gift is this: you will get an extra short coaching session from the Emigrate platform simply by following this instruction. And we had explained to you at the beginning of the session that by joining the Emigrate platform, by downloading the app, you get access to one free short coaching session, no questions asked. In addition to that, we're saying that because you've been on this session till the end or towards the end of this edition of Emigrate Open Day, we're offering you a second short coaching session free. Just to mention that this is only one available per individual. So regardless of how many Emigrate Open Day you've attended, only one of these short coaching sessions is available to unlock on the platform. How you can get access to this short coaching session is simple. Go to any one of the Emigrate communities, whether WhatsApp, Telegram, YouTube, and so on, LinkedIn, Facebook. any one of the emigrate community. And all you simply need to say is that you attended this edition of Emigrate Open Day and you've been told that you qualify for an additional short coaching session. You can use this short coaching session within the next 3 months because it will be added to your profile on the Emigrate platform. We are integrating all the communities, so all of this is done automatically. So the AI agents would actually pick it up and be able to add it to your platform. But that is now something you can use as you continue your journey. As you continue your research and you have more questions, you can use this short session for getting all of your questions answered from human expert coaches who are able to point you in the right direction, who are able to tell you what the next steps will be, who are able to help you on your journey towards becoming a globally attractive talent. And this is part of our gift to you on the Emigrate platform. We've explained that on this platform, we do a lot for free. Over 80% of what we do on the platform is actually free. We do have access and we do have premium options on the platform, and that's also available should you need it. But if you want to claim this short coaching session that you've gotten because you're on this session till now or you're watching the replay video till now, just go to any of the communities and say, I was part of this edition of Emigrate Open Day and I've been told I won a short coaching session. The community managers, human assistants and AI assistants will pick it up and will be able to unlock that for you on the platform, and you can book that within the next 3 months as you need it on your journey towards being globally attractive. Please don't send DM to the administrators. It will not count because we won't be able to pick it up there. You need to send it within the community where you are, and you can also continue the conversation in the community and you get access to that short coaching session. Chidi, final words from you. And just to say to the audience, we still have a few more things to share with you, gems of information, but we'll be releasing our coach for today now. Chidi, final word from you.
Okay, thank you. I just want to say, if you have the right talent, you have the right expertise, US, UK, Canada is a place for you. The likes of Philip Emeagwali was born and brought up in Nigeria, got to the US saw the talent, and they will give you that opportunity to excel. One of the advantages of these developed nations of the world, once you have the talent, they will give you opportunity to excel, support you with all the resources you need. So once you have that talent, then I can assure you, you will excel. You're doing business, there are grants available for you to access. As long as you follow the laws, the rules, and the regulation, you get to the peak of your career at a level beyond your imagination. So follow the right path, consult with the right people, make inquiry at when you need it, and let the expert guide you through the process. Emigrate is a great platform, offering this for free and providing this information is no joke. So maximize the opportunity you have at your disposal. If I had this kind of opportunity like 5-10 years ago, I would have far gone beyond this level. But I give God the glory that I'm at this point of my life that I'm also trying to provide information based on the rough paths and the struggle and the process I went through to get to this level. But assuming I have those information at my disposal 10 years ago, I would have gone beyond this. So for you having this information at this point in time, please maximize it. Make use of it and always appreciate the platform where you got this information. God bless you. I wish you the best. If you need any information, you can also get to me through this platform or to their partners. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Chidi. And just before we let you go, Chidi, how can we add value to some of your projects? Do you want to talk about some of the things that you are working on, building, or anything like that, that the community, this is a community at the end of the day, but just to mention, this is being broadcast on YouTube as well. Are there things you're working on that you feel like the community should know about? Is there a book you've launched? Is there anything that you would like to share with the community? We're a community that is always, always supportive of our coaches and also supportive of all the different members of the community.
Please
Anything you want to share?
just give me like 10 seconds. I'll be right back, please.
All right, then. Thank you, Chidi. While Chidi comes back to just share that, I'm just going to share my screen briefly to just end today's session by just giving a few more information.
Okay, I'm back.
Chidi is back now. All right, then. Chidi,
Okay,
how can we also, in terms of your journey, in terms
okay.
of some of the things that you're working on?
I, I I'm into a lot of things. First of all, I work for an AI company here in the US and also have my consulting firm. I'm into environmental and sustainability consulting. I also do business development consulting. I do project with United Nations, Global Compact. And so my focus more is on Africa. I'm trying to work on some projects to convert waste to energy in Nigeria and some other African countries. I'm doing a project on that, still at the infancy level, but my goal is to help solve energy crisis in Nigeria. That's one goal I'm working on. And I'm looking for partners, those in the US and those outside of the US that could add some value to the Nigerian market. Nigerian market is big. And if you can provide solution to energy crisis in Nigeria, you're amazing. So I'm looking for partners to join me in creating this solution. So, but to do that, which is why I'm able to do this, because I need people like mine who are legally in the US and also in their country that will could form partners and solve most of the crises in developing countries. So it's a lot, and with time, I could share this with the community. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Chidi. And I know the community is listening. And in case you're an investor, you're a potential partner, you're interested in the energy sector, you're looking to collaborate, Chidi has just made an open call for some of those that he's working on at the moment. Chidi, thank you so much once again. And thank you, Bumi, as well. I know Bumi couldn't make it. Thank you to the team at My Yankee Travels for joining us at this edition of Emigrate Open Day. And if you're a premium member of the Emigrate community, just to mention that you get access to the CV assessment free of charge. You wouldn't need to pay anything if you're a premium member of Emigrate community. If you're not yet a premium member, there are ways in which you can get access to the CV assessment and they will point you in the right direction as well, which is the next step if you're looking at the EB-1, EB-2, or the O1 option in terms of your journey towards relocation and settlement. Thank you so much, Chidi. And I'm just going to run through a few more slides as we release the rest of the community. And don't forget, as we said, the main common denominator, the lowest common denominator is be globally attractive. If you are globally attractive, you have options of many of these visa opportunities that we talk about on the Emigrate platform, from the UK to the US to Canada, France, Germany, Australia, and many others. We're going to be talking about the Portugal routes in an upcoming Emigrate Open Day within the next few months. We're going to be talking about UK route. We're going to be talking about several different routes, but all of them have the same lowest common denominator: be globally attractive. If you are globally attractive, you have these options, and this is what Emigrate helps you to attract and become on the platform. In terms of the Emigrate platform today, we focus on pathways to settlement. It could be a direct pathway to settlement like the EB-1, or it could be an indirect pathway to settlement like the O1 visa that we've talked about as well today. But we focus on pathways to settlement. We focus on pathways where you can move with your family, and we focus on pathways where you can plan. Yes, it may take you up to 5 years for you to qualify for EB-1, but there are several different visa pathways you can get within the first 6 months, within the first 1 year, within the first 2 years of your journey in the field of technology. As an absolute beginner today, there are things that you can plan for over a period of time. But even if it will take 5 years, even if it will take 5 years, are you sure that you are taking the right step today so that in that 5 years time, you would be able to get access to these opportunities. But then we're saying that there are several opportunities available that would not take that long, but you still need to plan. You still need to take a journey towards you being globally attractive. For now, on the Emigrate platform, we focus on tech-enabled opportunities, whether it's a tech route or you use technology as part of that journey. And one of the key technology today that is really a lot of opportunities have been opened up is around AI, artificial intelligence, and you may want to look at some of the niche and gaps that that has opened up, which has created new pathways, new opportunities for a number of people as long as you are paying attention. And we're able to help coach, direct you along these lines. We discuss in depth many of these pathways, like we did today during this edition of Emigrate Open Day, drilling down in depth into the O1, EB-1, EB-2, and several other routes. We do that on Emigrate Open Days, and a number of these replay videos are available to you on the Emigrate Tech Visa platform. And so the first place you want to look is to look at the platform, and you'll get a lot of details. If you're looking at the landscape generally, we also have the Emigrate Tech Visa landscape available to you. This is a document that was created with love from the Emigrate team, looking at different visa opportunities from multiple countries, particularly for people in tech. We looked at opportunities for newbies, for intermediate, for experts. We looked at what are the qualification criteria, what is the roadmap towards qualifying, what are the costs, what is the pathway to settlement, what are the hidden costs that you may not know about until you start. Everything, and we documented it in the Emigrate Tech Visa landscape, and we made it available free of charge on the Emigrate platform. And so that's something you may want to look at, you may want to explore if you are looking at the different pathways. We have premium group coaching sessions available. In addition to our one-to-one sessions, some of the short coaching sessions free, some of the personalized coaching session, which we charge a premium for. If you come on our subscription on the premium community, as low as £25 a month, you are gain access to a number of group coaching sessions where you have a coach such as Chidi looking at your work, looking at your document. You can share screen, you can share your journey, and you can get one-to-one access. These are not live stream sessions. These are closed sessions where you can get access to real insights, Q&A, visa specific, get access, and you get access based on the subscription you make onto the platform, and that can help your journey towards being globally attractive. We have sessions for the US route, we have sessions for UK route, we have sessions for UK routes like UK Global Talent, UK Self Sponsorship Visa, UK Innovator Founder Visa, several sessions that are absolutely useful for you. We've built this community to help you become globally attractive. But then you could say, I don't yet qualify. You've said all of these things, but I don't yet qualify. What you should be doing right now is to build a personalized roadmap for yourself. The journey from being an absolute newbie to being globally attractive, or you're a beginner now to being globally attractive, or you are intermediate now to being globally attractive, or you're an expert now to being globally attractive, or you're already qualified now to being globally attractive, i.e., telling your story in the best possible way so that these countries will know that you are the one they are looking for. It requires a personalized roadmap for yourself. You can do it yourself. We have a number of templates that can help you, or you can book a personalized roadmap session or a personalized coaching session to help you. You can also do it yourself and book a short coaching session. As you said, if you're on this call till this point, you qualify for at least one short coaching session. You can use that to say, oh, this is what I've done. Can a coach take a look and tell me if I'm on the right track or do I need some help and so on? We have a number of do-it-yourself resources on the platform for these different routes available for free. And so the question is, how do I get started? How to get started is simply get the Emigrate Tech Visa app And with that Tech Visa app, you can get access to this world of resources. If you also are looking at some of our premium offering, you can send us a WhatsApp message on any of the numbers that we've shared, and we will be able to direct you into what you need to do if you're looking at the premium offering. But if you're looking at our free offering, most of our free offerings are all delivered through the Emigrate Tech Visa app, and that's where you need to start. That's where you can get access to book coaching session. That's where you get access to the do-it-yourself resources. You get access to the link to the different community. You get access to all of the group coaching session. You get access with the premium group coaching session. You actually get access to the first one free of charge on the platform. And so you can just get a promo code on the app and you'll be able to use that to get access. So there's a lot available for you, and we are here to help. And that's Emigrate platform. We've shared a lot within the last over 2 hours during this edition of Emigrate Open Day. If you feel like somebody in your network should know about these opportunities, we invite you to refer them to the platform. Refer them to the platform and give them access to these opportunities. But you can also refer them to the platform, and because you would also help your own journey on the platform. You unlock £35 of benefits initially once they unlock their own platform. You also could get up to 5% of whatever they pay on the platform added to your own account in the platform, so you get a discount for your own service offering on the platform. So there's a lot available for you. But be your brother's keeper or maybe your sister's keeper, because a number of people don't know about these routes. It will surprise you. A number of people are looking at suboptimal routes towards them getting access. You know about these routes now, and I hope you do take action. I'm coming to that. But refer them, let them know. Let them know about this route. Let them Google it themselves. There's a lot of information out there, but if they are looking for a personalized guide to handle them through that journey, this platform will help them. And you can tell them about the route. You can tell them about the Emigrate platform. You can tell them about the different offering available to them because they need it. But also, you've gotten a lot of information today. Please take action. Don't be like that person that knew about this 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, but then didn't do anything. Then 2 years later, they are coming back to say, oh, am I now qualified for this? And the truth is they've not moved from where they were 2 years ago because they've not taken action. There are things that you should be doing tomorrow towards you being qualified. Or if you are qualified already, there are things you should be doing towards you applying successfully. What is your next step? As I said, build a personalized roadmap for yourself, but ensure you take the next step. That next step may be different for different people. No two people are the same, even twins, no two people are the same, but ensure you take that next step. A general next step, if you're looking at the US Global Talent route, is to share your CV on the Emigrate platform, and you can get a coach taking a look and assessing whether or not you are qualified already, and if you're not yet qualified, what you can do towards being qualified. That's a general next step. But then what should you be doing towards your Emigrate journey? Ensure that you are taking those actions, because you are not much different from other people that did not know if you do not take action. And that's us on the Emigrate Open Day today. We hope that this was useful. If it was useful, please share, tell us, let us know, give us the feedback that yes, this was useful, because that helps us to continue doing this. The reason why a number of coaches dedicate their time, the reason why Chidi dedicated his time today is because he knows that he's adding value to you. But yeah, give us the feedback. Let us know. Let us know in the community. You can rate and review the Emigrate app on the App Store where you downloaded the app. You can give us a review on Trustpilot. You can give us a review on the Google Map, Google for Business. You can give us a feedback right here on this session. You can do a comment on this video if you are watching the replay video. You can let us know in the community, but let us know because it gives us the energy. It gives us the feedback that helps us continuing to become better. And if you have feedback for us as well on the platform, let's continue this conversation on the community. Thank you so much for joining us today. We wish you the very best in your journey, and we wish you the very best as you continue in your journey towards your talent mobility, your relocation and settlement journey. We wish you the very best in your emigrate journey. Thank you.